Hi everyone. Wanted to talk to you today about quick wins in SEO because when I'm speaking with clients or anybody who does SEO, everybody always says the same thing. Like, oh, what are the quick wins? Where's the low hanging fruit? How can we get results quickly? They always say these things, and that's completely understandable because people want to see some kind of return on investment fairly quickly so they can have confidence in the SEO that they are invested in. Completely understandable, but it's not a one size fits all. There are processes that work well for different types of sites, the growth phase of the site, whether it's a startup, whether it's an established website, whether it's in the growth phase. Uh, there are different, there are different opportunities to yield some quick wins, but it's not always a plug and play. If you have hired an SEO person who has experience with working in a certain sector or working with certain types of sites, then it's a bit easier to work out what the process will be, because SEO at the end of the day, it's a process, and you need to implement a process that will allow you to get the results in your market. So people normally come to me or other SEOs and they're like, yeah, what can we do? What can we get in the first 30 days? What can we get in the first couple of weeks, first few days, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, etc. And they want to see the results quickly, and they want to see it impact things like uh, website traffic, leads, but ultimately they want to see sales, and they want to see the revenue, and they want to see some kind of ROI. It's completely understandable, but it doesn't work in that way. We need to understand the process, and clients need to understand the process and what they are investing in, and then having an expectation of what they can actually receive and over what time frame. So some of the quick wins that I tend to look for and what I want to share with you, it tends to be operational quick wins that can hopefully trigger some positive results for the site's SEO. But it definitely depends on the market that your site is in, the competitiveness of that market, the competitiveness of the site and the authority that's with your site, and what stage the site is in. For example, I had a prospect come to me and they said they wanted to rank on the first page of Google for keywords related to insurance. Now, the thing with the insurance industry is it's extremely competitive. If you haven't been in the industry for more than 2 years, it's going to be extremely challenging to compete in that market. Additionally, the client didn't really have any budget, and when I used to work in the insurance industry 10 years ago, the budgets with the main competitors were anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 pounds a month. So, in US dollars, that's probably around, let's just say like 6 to 10,000 US dollars a month that they were spending to invest in SEO activities. It's not impossible to compete, but it's not a quick win. And what I had suggested to him was, if he wanted to succeed with an SEO strategy, he needed to first penetrate the market and to penetrate a niche market, so that Google could gain some trust. And then once he could gain the trust, he would be able to start to rank for other broader keywords. It wasn't what he wanted to hear, but there's no shortcuts. Like if you go to someone else, they're going to say pretty much the same thing. You need to be able to penetrate the market, and then once you penetrate the market, you can actually start to get more trust with Google. And then when you get more trust with Google, you should be able to get more exposure by doing better SEO activities. So then things like link building, things like creating content, going after like niche keywords, like outreach tactics, and so on. The phase of where your business is at, it's extremely important. So if you're a startup, you have to go with a tactic that allows you to penetrate the market. That is the first phase. So without market penetration, like your site's not going to get any traction at all. So if you come and you say you want to be first page for all these keywords and you want it in 3 months, like if your site's not penetrated the market, like nothing's going to happen. So like you need to think of it like building blocks. You need to build that first block, and that first block is penetrating the market. That penetration, it depends on the market that you're going for and how competitive it is. Sometimes you might be able to get some penetration the same day, and other times it might take 3 months, it might take 6 months. Like you don't know, but you need to just be consistent with the penetration strategy. And then once you are able to penetrate the market or penetrate the niche market, you continue to penetrate, gain trust, and start to gain traffic. And then you should start to see an increase in the traffic that comes through to the site. Now, if your site's not made any, if it's not made any money, so if it's still in the growth phase, like either startup to growth phase, and if it's not mature, and when I say mature, it's not been around for a few years, it doesn't have links, there's not much content on it, like you have to go with the penetration strategy. And the penetration strategy quick win is publishing content and publishing content that aligns with the search intent for people on the web, and also sharing intent. So like the content that will get you links. That's the only thing you can focus on if you are in that phase. Now, if your site is more established, if you've had historical links, if you've been getting traffic historically, then you can look for quick wins within your existing setup. And the existing quick wins can be from like links that are broken externally. This is great because if you've got links that's broken externally, you can actually get them fixed fairly quickly, and then you should be able to see some positive impacts. If your site is ranking but it's not ranking that well, we might just need to change the navigation structure, titles within the web pages, the HTML structure on the site, improve the content, improve the internal linking. There's a few things. Check the code, like improve like the actual code and how it's rendered on the site. And in terms of like link building, even just getting some strategic links. But if you're in that phase, you have to get a health check done. You need to get a diagnostic. You need to be able to invest in troubleshooting so that the problems can be identified. It's not just a straightforward like plug and play solution. So if somebody is coming to you and saying, yeah, we'll do these 25 SEO steps and you should be on the first page of Google, unless they know your industry down to a T in terms of competitiveness, what exactly works, and if they've done it for someone else in that niche, that plug and play strategy is not, it's unlikely to be the solution that you need. So yeah, just be aware of that. And then you've also got like sites that are doing well already, but they want to expand their presence and they want to expand their performance. So if the site is already doing well, it's got a lot of like positive rankings, but they feel like they should be appearing for more keywords, then it's likely they are going to need a content strategy, content marketing strategy that will allow them to get more exposure and to capture more traffic from other niches. So it doesn't make sense if the site's technical structure is already like pristine, and if And if the links are already like solid to the site, you need to engage in a tactical content marketing strategy. So then you need to conduct an audit, strategic analysis for what keywords the site should go after, and see what type of content should be published in order to gain more inbound traffic to the site, and whether that should be applied to commercial pages or to like content pages. Uh, so it really depends on the different stages for where the business is at. The time frame for the impact, it really depends on quite a few things. Sometimes you can get results in sometimes a few hours, depending on the niche that you're in. Sometimes it takes like months, and like I've worked on some sites where things kick in after like 6 or 7 months, and it's almost like to the day where you just build everything over that time frame, and then at the 7-month mark or the 9-month mark, everything just like goes up. So you need to trust the process. Getting quick wins. Like if you're just in it for direct response, you want to see the results quickly, and you're not even prepared to consider what's required in order to get the results that you want. And if you're thinking too short term, like don't bother. Like this isn't for you. Stick to direct response. You'll sleep better at night. But if you're in it for the long term game, where you want to see traffic increase, you want to see your you need to measure it in terms of year-on-year performance. So if you want to see your year-on-year traffic grow, your year-on-year inquiries grow, your year-on-year engagement grow, and ultimately your sales revenue grow, then this is the tactic that you should have as a part of your marketing mix. And I stress that you have it as a part of your marketing mix because relying on this alone, it's not for all business models. But if you can use it as one of the primary channels that you want to develop over a 3 to 5 year period, then you should be able to yield the results, and the results can be lucrative. Something else I would also stress is make sure that this solution is right for your niche. So ideally, you're selling something that's got more of a high ticket item, or you can get a lot of traffic and you can get a lot of sales. Because if you're not turning over a few $1,000s per month through this channel, it's going to be quite expensive, and it's going to be quite tough to see the ROI. So something else to consider, but it's something that will work quite well. Some other things as well, I don't want to make this video too long, is the technical SEO fixes can often get you some quick win results as well. But normally you'll need to have an analysis, look at the technical issues, maybe server logs, to see where the issues are. But then once the issues are found with an SEO diagnostic and health check, the SEO specialist can fix the issues, and hopefully you will be able to see some quick win results. It also depends on what stage your business is at, the niche, the competitiveness. But if you are an established website and you have had traction, and maybe something like a migration has happened, or you changed sites or changed platforms or changed themes, sometimes like the quick wins lie in the technical setup. So yeah, it is a bit subjective. It is possible to get SEO quick wins, but you have to be able to conduct the diagnostic to work out what it is, and then set a roadmap based on where your website business is at. So I hope you found that helpful. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.